Alright guys, welcome to my wrap up of my Snow What Snow series. Woo woo! So excited to be wrapping this video up. I know it has been a long time in the making, but you can see that I definitely have lots of layouts to go over with you guys. Now I'm not going to go over in detail over every layout because they all have process videos to go with them. I have 2 series total to cover this collection of layouts, and there's quite a few of them. So let's take this journey with going through the layouts, and I'll walk through a couple of them, and then I'll also kind of give you guys an update on me and what's been going on with me. So all of my travel albums are in this Time Flies By in the Blink of an Eye. I love this design. It's like this teal color. It's so pretty, and then it's got this like hot air balloon over to the right, and I am able to label them all with the destination that we went to on that particular vacation. So the first layout in here is actually the very last layout of the series. So you probably just saw this layout and putting it together. I still have yet to do the journaling on it. Still not in the headspace to be able to do that, but I wanted to get this video out for you guys. So in this one, I was using the Friesen Season Super Old Collection, but I do love the way that it came out because there's lots of pinks in it, which is not something that I always get to do. So the next couple of layouts in here come from my other series that I did, and I will definitely link that for you guys so that if you want to go back and watch that series, you're more than welcome to. But I did all of the snow photos that we took when we were in Illinois and in Wisconsin using this collection here. So definitely have a layout for that as well for you guys to take a look at. So as you can see, several of the layouts here, not that great of photos because I'm not really sure how to take photos in the snow because this was the first time I was seeing snow, and so not the best, but definitely wanted to document them. I did also have these inserts. I love these inserts. You can pick these up at Hobby Lobby. They have quite a few of them. This 6 by 12 I think is what this size is, and it has 3 4 by 6 on each side. So I was actually able to get a total of 3 additional photos and some more embellishment in here that I wasn't able to fit on the photos layouts on the outsides of it. I did really want to make sure that I got as much as I could in here without necessarily having to do full layouts on everything. So for things like this, I was definitely wanting to put those in there, but not really have a layout for them. But I like having those pocket pages because you can decorate them up. So again, like I said, all of this was layouts that I did. Some of them are double page layouts like these. Some of them are single page layouts, and I'm going to show you how that works. This is one of my favorite photos that I took while I was there. Just the amount of snow. I don't know if you can see, I mean, like it's an inch on my finger, so it was huge, and this was a table outside. The snow came all the way to the bottom of the chairs. It was just amazing amount of snow, but it was super cold. We actually put our wine outside in the snow to cool it down as well. All right, so let's get into the photos and layouts that I did. So this is the 2 one-page layouts that I did with the sweater weather and the baby goat using the same layout. So you can see here that even though these are 2 very distinct layouts, very different content that's in there, because I used the same paper, I was able to kind of bring them together, and I really do like the cohesiveness of a double page layout in an album. I know some people don't care and they can have one page and then the next page be something completely different. That's not really me, and I'm not a big fan of that. So even though I did one-page layouts, you can see here now that they are together in the double page layouts in the albums. They do pull together really quickly. So this is one of the other collections again, Baby It's Cold Outside. I used this title I think 3 times in this collection of layouts, and they're all so different. Like this one is a huge title. One I think was on a card, and another one I think was even smaller. But you can see how even though I have the same title, the layouts look completely different. So Jackson got a really bad infection, and so you can see here some of the photos of his infection here, but over here is on this series that I did where I talked about the medicine, him taking the medicine and focusing in on the infection on his face and what we had to do to get him to take the medicine. So even though this has nothing to do with hot chocolate, which is what's in these background photos here, and I pulled in all of the hot chocolate pieces. I think I explained that in the video. So, you know, I really was trying to use images and things from the paper that went with what was going on, but not necessarily the kind of idea of hot cocoa and things like that. So this is another idea where I did not use the same collection. These are two totally different collections, two totally different layouts, but I have just enough red in this side of the layout with the red background and the red accent pieces that when you come over here and you look at that pop of red, it really does bring these two photos and layouts together. And I also went with kind of the hot cocoa theme over here, even though we're cutting cheese. It's a whole other story. I talked about it in the video. So, you know, it's one of those things where you get cabin fever, 10 days in a cabin when you're not able to leave. And so things entertain you, like being able to cut cheese with a cheese slicer. So that's what this layout is about. So you can see that they have a very similar theme in the sense of like here we're trying to get him to take medicine. We're definitely in the kitchen in this instance, as well as Nicole's in the kitchen here, you know, and she is slicing up cheese for us. This is another layout from the previous item, so again I'll link to that. And then this one I did have that little kind of pop up here so that you don't necessarily see a Kevin. Again, very different mindset as to where I am now as to where I was back in, I think this was 2019. Let's see, it's on my album here. Nope, yeah, 2019. So very different place that I was in back in 2019. So a completely different collection throws in a totally different scheme of colors, but I'm okay with that. It's, you know, it's done and it's over with and it is documented, and that's what's important, right? All right, so then we get into additional rides at Knucklehead. So this was a animal ride, and they would like go around in a circle and it would like swing them out. Again, this is where I was using that Baby It's Cold Outside on the title, using that card, and being able to get lots of photos in that as well. I really like this layout. Another layout that I did prior to doing this collection, this is with Imagine That from Echo Park, I believe, and they had so much fun. And this was one of those, I think I did a class where we were using, I think 6x6 paper pads, and so you can see that lots of cutouts of those hexagons, and love this background, but whew, that was a lot of work. So this was a ride that called Tornado, and again it was one that kind of swung out. It's very like carnival-like theme to it, but it was all indoors, obviously, because in Wisconsin they have to do quite a bit of things indoors. So another photo set from Knuckleheads. This was like a big pillow that they were able to, like bouncing pillow that they were able to jump on. So that as well. And then an indoor roller coaster, and I love the using like Enjoy the Ride to go with the title, even though we weren't on these like moving devices here, getting up to the snow tops, but it works for this one. And then I got Flurries of Fun. I think I have two titles with Flurries of Fun as well. But I really like how this came out, and they're like on these like sliding things that you get on and you like slide down the area there. All right, so then this is another 2-page layout where it combines a single page on each side. So on the left-hand side, we've got this Snow What Snow title, and it's just the boys playing in another area of Knuckleheads. And then over here, I have Hunter as just hanging out at the house. Could care less about snow. He's all about these rings that he found, which I think he got when we were at Knuckleheads, but definitely a cute little layout there. And you can see that these two have some coordinating colors, but really look totally different, but they work well together because of where they fall in the layout. Same thing here. This is the start of us on the snow slopes that we went on, like we went tubing. And so I have a picture of me and Malachi, and then I have a picture of Eli just kind of hanging out, you know, kind of trying to warm up with being outside in the snow. So again, two layouts that don't really have anything to do with each other. They're both separate layouts, but I did use the same collection, and so they work well together next to each other. And then I get into our Cascade Mountain, which is where we went tubing. So lots of layouts and photos here. Another one of those pocket pages that I picked up from Hobby Lobby. This is actually, I think, an 8.5 by 11 size. So it's not quite 12 by 12, but I really like it because it just adds a little bit of different contrast to it. And so again, Cascade Mountain, another little insert here, trying to get as many photos as possible without necessarily having to do a full layout. This is when Jackson, these are actually two separate layouts, as you know, single page layouts as well. This is with Jackson and his grandmother, and you know, just sitting by the fire, and it was just a sweet moment between the two of them. And then Jackson, not during this time, but at another time, had his jacket on and put his head against the fireplace, and caused a big old hole in his jacket. So we were able to cut his little hood off, and he's able to use the jacket because obviously we're not using that type of jacket in Florida. So and then some snow photos, just some scenery photos that I took while we were in Wisconsin. And then some crazy icicle photos of, this is Malachi's grandfather's house. So when we got back there, right before we got on the airplane, we had an early flight. So we drove back to the grandparents' house, stayed there for the night, and then the next day got in the airport. So we got to be able to see these huge icicles. And then the very last page is Adam being super tired after our very long trip driving back to the grandparents' house. So this is my Wisconsin album. I'm super excited to have it completed and done, and everything is completed, so I can put it away and have everything you know, documented and be able to look through it later on. I may decide to journal. Like I said, I haven't been in the mindset to be able to journal this, but I may get to that. But definitely going to go in the shelf right now so that we can get that set up. Alright guys, so for this last part of the video, I thought I would get on here and actually, you know, show you my face and see, so you can see the creator of life in layouts. So I just wanted to talk a little bit about like kind of what's been going on and like why I haven't posted lately and the things that are, you know, just life stuff. So I have been MIA for about 6 months. I think I've talked about it before. My nephew moved in with me. Things have just been changing a lot in my life, and so scrapbooking wasn't something that I had a priority for. Just at the end of the day, I was exhausted and didn't want to get into my scrapbook room. And so I have had videos that I posted or recorded, videos that I've recorded. And so I do have a couple of videos in the can that I need to, you know, edit and do voiceovers for and get them up. This last week I have uploaded a video a day for you guys since I have been gone for so long. I did want to definitely get that series completed and show you how I finished up my Wisconsin album. I actually finished all of those layouts at the beginning of 2022, so they have been kind of sitting around for a little while. So I have been working on a couple of other layouts. I definitely don't have as much content as I would like to have. I usually like to have things posted several weeks in advance, so it's really like just kind of rebuilding my channel. But I got an email earlier this month in September saying that I hadn't posted in 6 months, and with that I could possibly lose my channel because I wasn't following their guidelines, which is completely understandable. And so I took a couple of days trying to figure out, do I really want to continue the channel? Do I really want to continue this? Because I haven't had a desire to be in here. You can even see back there. I need to do a major overhaul of this scrapbook room, of cleaning, of reorganizing, of getting rid of things that I don't use, of getting rid of things that are just piling up. When my nephew visited, Malachi visited us for the summer, he spent the evenings in here. Obviously this was kind of his like makeshift bedroom. So there were a lot of things that I found after he left that, just as being a teenage boy and respecting others' properties, was not the best. Like the just stupid stuff, and I don't even understand why, but like my X-Acto knife here, the blade was missing, which is not a big deal. Those are pretty simple to replace, but this was completely covered in like, I don't even know what. Like I used Goo Gone to get it off. It came off really easily, but it was like completely black. Like you couldn't even see the green part of it. And so I don't know what he had done to it in regards to it. Just, you know, one of those things where it's frustrating to have something happen and you be frustrated with things that are going on. Like in my scrapbook room, I wasn't having the ability to have a desire to be in here. And then when I did come in here, it was like things were not going like I wanted them to. So they weren't enjoyable to me. And it was like stupid stuff. Like this bottle, which I've had forever, the piece is clogged. I tried to clean it. It didn't work. Then I tried to get this off to refill it and clean the inside tip of it, and I put a hole in the bottle, and so it was just like, I don't, like, I'm already struggling to be in here, and then to have things like that happen where it's, I think that had I had a desire to be in the scrapbook room, it wouldn't have been that big of a deal. But I was really definitely struggling. So things like that were really frustrating me even more. And then also, you guys know, art glitter glue does not ship in the summer, so I couldn't get a refill bottle replacement because obviously they don't ship because it gets too hot. And so it was just things like that that continuously happened that just didn't allow me to have the desire to be in my scrapbook room. I am hoping that that changed. I have been in here a little bit more. I've kind of forced myself to be in here to create some layouts and things like that, and I'm working on getting some new layouts put together. I went and got new photos thinking, well, maybe if I got new photos that will help. That didn't help. I joined a new class, one of Allison Davis's class, thinking maybe that'll give me some inspiration to be able to see all of the other people. That didn't help. So it's one of those things that I have scrapbooked for so very long, since 2004. So it's an extensive time that I've been scrapbooking, and I have always found joy in it, and just recently I haven't, and so that's why I haven't been on. And I know that I've gotten a couple of comments. I know you guys are missing the videos, so I'm hoping to get back into it. Not going to guarantee anything because I honestly have no idea what it's going to be like. Today is a day that I'm going to, like I said, I got all the videos uploaded, so everything that you've seen in the last week has been uploaded today. This video will go up like next week, and so I've worked on that this morning, mid-afternoon, and now I want to tackle like getting some layouts and like page kits together. What I really have noticed that I've enjoyed when I do come in here and sit down is if I already have items like put together as in kits. So I was thinking that I needed to do that. So like obviously I keep everything together, like all my collections together. That's just how I scrapbook, is by collection. So inside of here are, you know, obviously all the paper, and then in the back here you can see all the embellishments. But what I've started to do is put in the photos in here that I could use with this, and that has helped as well, so that I can just sit down and you know, pick this up and just do it. Like this was a layout that I had just done. I don't know if it's still hanging around here or not. I doubt it, because who knows where oh, it is over here. Okay, so this is, it's a one-page layout too, and I think that that has helped as well, having a one-page layout, doing more of these like vacation type things, because I can do one-page layouts with it, and these are a lot easier to get in and get done, and have a completed page, which makes me feel accomplished. So I just had this like selfie kit together that I used. And then this is a photo. This is some cruise photos that I'm working on right now when we went on a cruise with for my mom's 55th birthday. You know, just a layout that I put together quickly because I had them together with the photos and I didn't have to worry about trying to figure out, you know, what layouts to use, what photos to use, what sketch to use, all of those things. If I spend some time kind of bulk putting these page kits together where I have the photos and obviously all my embellishments are already there, that it has helped a little bit. So hopefully you guys will forgive me in regards to, you know, being MIA, and, you know, just life happens, and that's really, there's not much more to say to that except for life happens sometimes. So hopefully I will be more back in the swing of things and get these layouts posted for you, and so that you guys can see all of the wonderful content that I am creating in my scrapbook room. All right, guys, thanks so much for joining me. Thanks for understanding. Thanks for, you know, sticking around and hoping for and wishing to see more videos. I really, the comments that I've already received today on the video that I posted has really encouraged me a lot to, you know, get back in here and actually start scrapbooking again. So, all right, guys, thanks so much for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed this wrap up, and I will continue to bring content for you guys. Have a great one, everyone.